I keep giving bad people good ideas.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video we're going to be talking about the Battlefield 6 beta, and pretty much the Battlefield 6 beta is fucking solid as fuck. It's optimized pretty well. Again, it feels really promising. If they don't just pull like what Overwatch did, well, the beta was hella good, and then the game just slowly got shittier and shittier over time, and the whole series went to dog shit. They don't pull one of those. This could actually be pretty golden game, 10 out of 10. Actually can kind of save the asses a little. I don't, again, at the end of the day, think Battlefield's like the law fucked or whatever, but 2042 was definitely a shit show. No one really liked it. No one really hyped up about it. It just was kind of a meh-ass game. And pretty much, I feel like with Battlefield 6, they just kind of went back, took the notes that they had to take, realized where they fucked up, and kind of just fixed the shit they had to fix. A lot of these companies, COD or whatever, they say, "Oh, we fixed this," or "We added this to make this better," but it's really at the end of the day, they put a band-aid over the problem instead of actually fixing the problem, and then just fucking shoving microtransactions down your throat. I don't know. I feel like with Battlefield, they actually address the issue. They don't just put a band-aid over it. Actually, took care of what they had to take care of to fix everything. But pretty much with that, I don't know. I just feel like, for me at least, running this game on a 1080 Ti, it was actually a pretty optimized, pretty decent experience. I do feel like if you really want to push your limits, you could probably run this game on max graphics on a 1080 Ti, but you're probably going to run into a few issues if that's lag and screen tear, or maybe crash issues if hella explosions and hella crazy shit's going on because you are on outdated software. But the number one biggest issue is probably going to be your heating. And unless you have the cooling system of the gods, or you have the North Pole in your computer, you're definitely going to run into some heating issues. That at least was my issue of why I didn't run on fucking max graphics, and you're kind of seeing the graphics right now on medium, is because I didn't want to cook my computer. I don't have the best cooling system on my computer. It's okay, it does its job, but again, once it gets to more demanding kind of stuff, it does kind of lack a little. So I don't know, I was hitting 84 Celsius on my GPU and a 70 on my CPU, so I didn't want to push it too bad. But again, with running it on medium graphics, I never ran into any really issues with the pixels or graphics or anything. I wasn't seeing COD. Sometimes you'll see you could see through walls because shit's not loading up properly, or just shit's kind of just all glitched out. I didn't have any of those issues, and I'll actually get back into that in a little bit with load times, because the load times are way better on Battlefield 6 too. But pretty much, I never had any issues. Everything ran smoothly. It does kind of suck since you are on medium graphics, or not running the max graphics if you're on, the latest software or whatever, or latest hardware, which luckily, hopefully soon I will be. I have a computer I bought from my friend. I just need to throw a GPU in though. I technically have the money, but again, do I want to use money from my savings for a GPU, or be a responsible adult and just save up a little bit of extra money on the side and not have to take hella money out of my savings? So I've tried to take the responsible adult route, but pretty much, I don't know, with my computer and shit, I feel like it ran it pretty well. I never had any issues where I was lagging too much, or I don't know, everything just kind of ran smoothly. Again, with load times, it was way better. Again, you have to download shaders for the game, so then you can run the game actually smoothly, and you're not glitching out or just seeing through walls or mountains and shit. With that game, at least Battlefield 6, the beta, I get it, it's not the full game, so the shaders are probably going to download a little quicker, but the shaders downloaded in a couple minutes, or seconds even. As with like Black Ops 6, it takes at least like 10 minutes, 5 minutes to download all that shit. And then once you even have it downloaded, it's still a glitchy mess. You're still lagging. You're still like, fucking, I don't know what the fuck, stuttering, whatever the fuck's going on. Sometimes I can tell it's my computer. Sometimes it's not even my computer, and it's just the game itself doing its own like unoptimized bullshit. I don't know. Black Ops 6, I liked it a little in the beginning and just slowly started not liking it over the time because I realized it was like, yeah, I'm kind of on outdated hardware, but it's not even my hardware most of the time. It's just the game itself being unoptimized and just shitty. And like again, just shit like the shaders taking fucking forever. Them saying they're gonna fix certain issues, but not really, and just putting a band-aid over the problem, and then just shoving microtransactions down your throat, and then on top of that, using AI for the emblems, calling cards, everything like that, which is kind of stupid. And then you end up with like fucking advertisements with zombies with 6 fingers and like, oh, buy this DLC pack, and it's just like, it's all AI generated bullshit. As with Battlefield 6, again, I don't mind when games have AI systems like with to like pick up botting or pick up hackers and stuff like that, and they have a human overlooking the whole operation and stuff like that. I don't mind that. Again, you can't always hire everyone to always watch your game servers and always watch out for hackers. It's kind of impossible, especially when you have millions and millions of players. So you do have to have those AI systems. But when COD just pulls this like lazy bullshit, when this $1 million company and they just have all this AI generated art in the game, it's just kind of like, why the fuck would I want to play that? It's just dog shit, and it runs like dog shit. As with Battlefield 6, I know it's just a beta, so you're getting a smaller portion of the game. But again, I didn't have any issues. Like, again, I saw, okay, my PC temps are probably gonna be pretty high, so I don't want to cook my computer and, like, turn my computer into a fucking barbecue. So I just ran it on medium, just a little bit lower, and it ran fine. Even I feel like what I said earlier, you could probably run this on max graphics on a 1080 Ti, but again, you might run into a few issues like with heating and temps, and then also you with more chaotic environments and stuff like that, you might have a little bit of lag. But again, that can explain how optimized this game is. Well, all I have to do is just, okay, I'm on a little bit outdated hardware. Like, it makes sense with most of these games, they try and advertise, oh, if you're on outdated hardware, just lower the graphics a little bit. On most games, even like Black Ops 6, it does nothing. You might as well just run it on max. But, depending on your hardware at least. The 1080 Ti, it's not the best graphics card, but it's unstoppable. And with that, I would say, it does have other fancy shit like ray tracing and all of that, but every game that I have bought, every game I have installed, every game I have fucking tried to play on this thing, it has ran it. If that's me having run it on medium graphics or me being able to just smoke the game completely and run it on max. The 1080 Ti is a really good budget GPU, I would say, if you're trying to get into PC gaming, but you don't want to buy like a 4080 or spend all your money on a crazy GPU, but you want something to just kind of get the job done and play majority of games and stuff like that. I would say the 1080 Ti is great and a good little starter GPU. But again, if you want the fancier stuff like ray tracing and kind of not having to run into any issues of really having to edit your settings and just run every game on max, yeah, you're going to need like a 4080 or something like that. But pretty much, I've enjoyed the beta. Gameplay's really good. And mainly just this game's optimized really well. I that's the biggest thing, biggest takeaway. The gameplay's fun. It feels like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, just kind of updated, tweaked a bit just to make it a little better graphics, and just the game's optimized. And that's the biggest thing. All these game companies like COD and all of them say, oh, this game's going to be optimized so well, this game's going to run so good, and then they release it and it's dog shit, and they don't even optimize it for a whole year. And then once the game's optimized, on to the next game, and no one gives a fuck about the game that they just optimized, that they promised that would be optimized at release. As with this game, I feel like it's going to be optimized and pretty well. Like, it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be some glitches. There's going to be some bugs. There might be some issues. But I feel like they're going to be able to actually take care of them in a timely manner and on time. And I feel like this game's going to at least have a good release and a good launch. I'm definitely I'm not pre-ordering this game, but I might buy it when it releases, like the day of, or maybe I might wait a couple days, because I feel like people are going to flood the fuck out of these servers, so it might be a little chaotic to get into a server and even try and let alone play the game, because it might be a little unstable with so many people trying to play the game. But we'll see about all of that. But besides that, my biggest takeaway, I would definitely say this game is definitely worth that $70 little tag. I feel like it's really dumb that a lot of games nowadays went from, charging you $60 to $70, and or they even charge you more. Like Nintendo would charge you like $80 for a game. And it's like kind of dog shit, because a lot of these game companies, it's just pretty much the same shit. Like with Nintendo, it's pretty much just the same shit over and over again. Or with like other companies, it's like even shittier, like COD and stuff like that. But I feel like this game, Battlefield 6, if the beta does live up to the game, and the game's actually how the beta is and shit, I do feel like Battlefield 6 is worth that $70 tag, and probably worth just copping up the $70 you play. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and sorry if you hear a little bit of jingling. That's my cat. She's like shaking her head. I don't know. She likes to land on my desk, so I don't bother her as long as she doesn't get in the way too much. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. Turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.